moment. Just because I'm learning that, and I'm seeing some things that are very questioning. We're questioning the moment. We're questioning the moment. And I've been questioning it. Good morning, boss baby. Good morning. Good morning. Big Eric, I see you up in here. Please tap the screen, share the live, tell a friend. We are on this morning. We are live now on YouTube, and I'm appreciative of all the platforms to be on to be able to give you this message this morning. And so today's message is learning how to enjoy every moment. I'm going to give you a subtitle of Finding Peace in Turbulent Times. So please tap the screen, share the live, tell a friend, we are on, and we're going to start this morning. We live in confusing times where uncertainty and chaos can easily overwhelm us. And I say that because COVID has brought a lot of turmoil our way. I'm listening to the music, I'm watching the TV programs, and I'm saying to myself, where is the love and where's the heartbeat? Every song that you hear on the radio today, you have to really search for the beat. You think you're hearing the beat, but it doesn't have any soul. You're hearing noise. And what you think you're hearing is nice or whatever, you forget tomorrow. Remember when songs stuck in your head? Like, remember when it had such a beat and such a sound that it made you want to remember? And today, every number one hit, you can't remember. Is it the fact that we are in times of confusion and we're oversaturated with sound and we forgot how to find the distinct sound that gives us peace, gives us joy, that makes us remember and reminds us of good times? Learning how to enjoy every moment. Many of us feel like lost souls searching for direction and purpose. But in the midst of turmoil, we can find peace. Tap the screen, share the live, tell a friend, I'm going to put in the comments, find peace. Find peace, because that is the beginning of learning who you are. When you can cancel out all the noise, when you can cancel out everything that's causing you to bog your mind down, we're going to find peace. As the book of Romans reminds us, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. These words offer us profound truth. Our struggles can be transformative. They can help us develop perseverance, build character, and cultivate hope. Now, how do you cultivate hope in times of trouble? Times of adversity. You ever heard of the slogan, "This too shall pass"? That is very important for you to know while you're going through. What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? I appreciate you. Welcome to our message this morning, which is about enjoying every moment and finding peace in turbulent times. Appreciate you. You have to understand that when you're going through something, there is a distinct purpose for it. The Dalai Lama said there's a purpose for every struggle. There's a purpose for every struggle. There's a purpose why you're going through. And I know you want to know immediately what the purpose is so you can finagle it and manipulate it. But the lesson isn't learned if it's not embedded into your spirit. Just like music today, if you notice, it's not really being embedded into your spirit. You hear it, you love the jingle of it, but it's not like yesterday's music which had instrumentation that allowed it to entangle itself within your spirit. It made you remember more. Even the words that artists used back in the day made you remember more. Like I remember, see, I'm a hip hop head, and I remember like Coogee Rap, like the back of my like the back of my hand. Like he was like, when I was 5 years old, I realized there was a road, and at the end I would win lots of pots of gold. Never took a break, never made a mistake. Took time to create because it's money to make. I was like, wait, hold, that's me. I'm feeling that. There's so many songs we can go through the list from back in the day that kind of put us in the mood of excitement when you heard it. It gave us hope. It gave us an opportunity to believe in something. And today, when you listen to the music, it doesn't make you want to believe in anything. We fight to go viral. We want to go viral because we believe that's the thing to do. We fight the system to try to get in to a rat race that doesn't appreciate our talent. We never find peace because it's turbulent times. Everybody's trying to be number one and not recognizing what you're bringing to the table is sufficient enough. And then now all of a sudden they bring AI and we say, wow, now we really got to fight. Not only are we struggling against competing with our own people, we're now actually competing against a computer. And we're still trying to find peace in that. Where is the heartbeat? Where is the love that was lost? These words offer us a profound truth. Our struggles can be transformative. They can help us develop perseverance, build character, and cultivate hope. But how do we tap into transformative power? Let me give you a few spiritual principles from various traditions that can guide us. Let me give you a few. One is mindfulness. Buddhism teaches us that the importance of being present in the moment. By cultivating mindfulness, we can learn to observe our thoughts, emotions, without getting caught up in them. Being caught in the moment, being mindful of the moment, right? For instance, you can be at the movie theater and it's this new movie you wanted to see, but in your surroundings, you find that it's a lot of, maybe some chaos going on, right? And you came to enjoy this movie, but there's some hecklers in the crowd and they're saying things. How do you cancel out the noise? Remembering that at least you have the opportunity to come see it, because there were some people that couldn't even come see the movie because they don't have the finances, they don't have the transportation, but you do. Those little tidbits of gratitude, having understanding that you're in a space, good morning, beautiful. You're in a space that allows you to remember that you're fortunate, and there are some people that are less fortunate than you. So I can cancel out the heckler to enjoy my movie, even though he's ignorant or she's ignorant. I understand that, you know what? I'm here. I'm here now. I'm not going home. I'm going to cancel them out and put them part of the sound effects so I can enjoy my movie. Because if I allow that to dictate and take over, then I'm not going to enjoy my space and time. And in that moment, I'm going to lose that moment when I'm there with my loved one. And we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow other people to dictate my peace and take my peace away, come into my circle and take my joy away. And that's what this morning is about. I want you to learn how to be mindful and find peace in times of turbulence. I'm going to give you another one. Surrender. In Islam, the concept of inshallah, God willing, reminds us that surrender our plans and desires to a higher power. By letting go of our need for control. We can find peace in the midst of uncertainty. I say this to say that when we say as Muslims, inshallah, sometimes we kind of do it out of tradition. But if we can remember, God willing, understanding that we allow God to be the best planner of all our moves, we allow God to dictate what's going to happen next. The God consciousness within us teaches us the values of allowing peace to be still. You see, because when you're moving too fast and trying to keep up with the Joneses, you can't find peace. Your heart is racing. Your blood pressure is up because you're trying to compete and you end up getting envy because someone else is maybe having more than you. Never, one way to lose yourself is to look at someone else's life and try to judge yourself against their life. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they're going through. And 9 times out of 10, if you were in their shoes, you would probably want your shoes back. You don't know how good you have it until you're in somebody else's shoes that is doing way worse than you. You don't know. But it's easy to look at their life on the outside and say, oh man, they got all the money, they got all the fame, they got all the glitz and the glamour, but you don't know their step by step. You don't know what they have to face every day. So therefore, the biggest way to fail in life is to look at somebody else's life and envy that. But if you want to find peace, find gratitude in what God has given you. A couple of lessons back, I was teaching you guys about how in the Bible, how God gave certain people, he gave one person 5 talents, another person 3 talents, and another person 1 talent. And the one with the 5 doubled his talents, got his talents doubles because he used them. And the one with the 3 got his talents doubled because he used them. But the one with the 1 hoarded his talent. And there's this slogan, use it or lose it. And when you hoard something and you don't put it out there, you block your own blessing. You in your own way. A lot of us are in our own way because we forgot how to be creative, innovative, different. Today, if you different, they call you a clown. They make you feel bad about yourself. But understand that everybody that is really successful is different. You can't continue to recreate the same wheel and expect success from that. You have to learn to be different in order to move forward. Be you. Be an original you. Don't try to be someone else because, oh, they got a podcast going. I guess I got to get one going too because that's where it's at. It's not going to work for you if it's not embedded in your spirit to do such a thing. Everything ain't for you. But what is for you, you keep hoarding. You keep putting to the wayside because you're scared to put it out because you think they're going to say something about it. But that's what God gave you. He gave it to you for a purpose because if you do it, nobody else can follow that. But the problem is we're so busy trying to go viral. We want to go viral. We want to see what everybody else is doing because we want to be a part of what everybody else is doing. What about what God gave you? What about the love that he instilled in you and to teach you and to show you that you are special just with the gifts that you have alone? What about that? Why do you have to subject yourself to try to go viral because they went viral? Don't you know the gift that God gave you? It can go twice as viral if you just concentrate, sit down, let peace be still, get into your moment and do that. I was looking for a way to show you guys how established I am as an artist, as an independent filmmaker, and now book writer. So I came up with a plan. I said, you know what? I'm going to stand on a flyer and I'm going to put my movies on one side and I'm gonna put my book on the other side, just to show you guys that it don't matter what everybody else is doing. Do what you do. So I put the 3 movies that's streaming on Tubi on one side to show people, hey, look, I've been doing this thing independently. Then I put the book on the other side to say, hey, look, you can't stop my hustle. You can't stop my shine. You can't stop my grind. I just finished my first book, working on my second book. You can't stop what God has for me, because what God has for me is for me. I was doing podcasts before podcasts even became a big thing, like in the hood, in the urban hood like this. I was doing the American Guerrilla Film podcast. I was trying to teach people about films and how to put them out and different things like that. But what happened along the way was God just put me into another realm of just doing more movies, because I had to get those movies out. Had to get them out my head. And now they're on TV so you can see it. Now I can go back to what I wanted to do before. But I go into it with the love of knowing that it brings me peace and joy to see other people flourishing off of what God has given me to give to them. I don't go into it with the hype of, oh, they're going to love it because it's going to make me go viral. Listen, when I go into the store today and each and every day, I'm happy that maybe one person might know me or whatever the case may be, but I can shop in peace. There's a lot of celebrities that can't shop in peace. They need 20 bodyguards, 30 bodyguards to try to enjoy life. And you got to pay all those people, so they all in your pockets. And you can't really trust them all because everybody's not really for you. But that's a whole nother story, a whole nother lesson. See, you think you got friends, but you really don't have friends, because we live in times everybody's out for self. I had put up a post on my Facebook and it said, I noticed that I don't get the phone calls, but I'm always the one reaching out, giving the phone calls, right? And I learned that some people only call you when they need something. So I said, you either not my friend or you're an opportunist. Which one are you? I didn't get too many responses because I already understand that people know who they are. People know who they are. They're not going to tell you who they are, but they know who they are, right? And it's okay, because what God has for you is for you. Tap the screen, share it aloud. So when I'm saying to you, finding peace in turbulent times, you have to be mindful. You have to surrender, right, to a higher situation than you. And then the last one is having compassion. Well, it's not the last one. I'm sorry. Next to the last one, having compassion. The Dalai Lama once said, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. By practicing compassion towards ourselves and others, we can create a sense of connection and community that transcends our struggles. Now, let me take you here. When you're in the food line about to get your food, and you see an older person that's standing there holding the bag, I know you're in a hurry to get out. I know you want to hurry up and get out there in the world to get to the next light. But don't you think it would be compassionate to say, you know what? I can't wait till I get old. I hope somebody look at me the same way and help me out and allow that older person to go. It is always possible to be compassionate towards someone else, because you got to remember, as you grow, I know some of y'all young and y'all got this mindset, you know, I gotta go. But one day you're going to get older, right? And as you get older, you're going to hope and wish that somebody look out for you, right? And when that time comes, you would hope that what you put into the atmosphere comes back trifold. So It's always a good time to show compassion towards someone else that is less fortunate than you. Now, I'm not saying that every time you see a homeless person, you give them $1, because eventually you won't be that homeless person if you keep giving everybody $1. He also told us to have discernment and be wise, right? Because you can't give all your money away. But there is a time to show compassion. And our last one, which makes more sense as we go along, is gratitude. A lot of people aren't grateful, man. I learned from Clarissa Shields and Charles Barkley through their family struggles. They specifically said that they paid the bills for their family and made sure everybody was taken care of and money in their pockets after they became successful. And their family turned around and still had envy in their heart for them and made them feel less than. That within itself is a problem with life. That within itself. The reason why it is a problem is for the simple fact people don't want what you give them. They want what you have. Remember this. People don't want what you give them. They want what you have. And in that instance, reminding yourself each and every day about that, as you chase the bag, as you continue to chase the bag, you know, that bag that you want, everybody wants the bag, right? Just remember, the more you get and the more your so-called friends and family members are going to have their hand out to take. Because in this world, nobody wants to work for anything anymore. Everybody wants what you have. Be grateful for the things that you already have. Because it's just as fast as you can get it, it's just as fast as you can get it taken away from you. Be grateful for the roof over your head. Be grateful that you even have a phone to even watch me right now. There's some people that's struggling that can't keep their phone bill on. Be grateful for the simple fact that you have clothes on your back, because there's countries where kids can't afford clothing. I know we live in America and we live in a land of abundance. I go to the store, we waste more food than a little bit. Don't you know that in certain fast food restaurants, certain food they throw out, and there's a lot of hungry people on the street? Even though we know the food is bad for us, it's just the simple fact, if you can feed somebody, that's having compassion. God is good. Don't mind saying I'm blessed. That's right, Sandra. That's what I'm talking about. Don't mind saying how blessed you are. Being grateful in the moment allows you to have that peace that withstands all adversity. Getting caught up in the moment and understanding that this moment is not promised to you, but God allowed you to have it, inshallah. Some of you don't have it, but some of you do and understand it, are in the moment. And that's what I say about our music today. They say music doesn't influence people. Y'all are blind. If you are the person that believes that music don't influence people, you are blind. Music influenced a whole nation of people, and I'm going to show you how. In the 70s, when we were going through the civil rights movements and different things, most of the music back then was very conscious. It aroused people to get up and do something about life, like war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. You remember those songs of consciousness made people think more about themselves. And as we got more and more conscious, the record industry said, oh no, we can't have a bunch of smart people walking around. So we got to find other types of music. And then they allowed the gap to open. So when we went from Public Enemy and Sister Soldier and to now we have other entities of rap that basically give you the opposite side of revolutionary. I don't want to call out no names because I don't want people to feel offended by their favorite rap artist today, but let's just be honest. The music changed, which also changes the mentalities of the children that are growing up, and the reality becomes a little more darker, a little more heavier. When I'm working in the psych ward at my job, I'm seeing young kids coming there 22, 23, don't mind getting shot with needles and being drugged up because they're living in this fantasy world that they consider their reality, that they're invincible and they can do anything they want. Their mindsets are gone. You're not supposed to be grateful for somebody else's misery. You're supposed to be grateful for what you have, because there are other people that don't have. You're supposed to be grateful for what you have. What up, Roman? What's good with you? Be grateful for what you have. Understanding that you don't have to have what you have right now. You could be that miserable person. And sometimes we don't see that. Sometimes we are blind to the fact that just the little things we have. If you got socks on your feet, if you got new sneakers on your feet, there's some people that don't even have that. If you were able to get a meal this morning, there's some kid that didn't wake up this morning that didn't have that. So you have to be grateful for the moment that you're in, understanding that nothing is promised to you. Those people that got hurt on Bourbon Street last week, when that car plowed through, that truck plowed through and unalived some people and hurt people, that could have been you there. That could have been you, but you wasn't there. Be grateful, because if that was you, you would have a different type of worry, a different type of situation. Yes, it was so sad, because I understand now that we don't understand these moments, that we're living in turbulent times. There's things going on each and every day, and we're not even grateful for the moments that we're in. We still trying to go viral. We're still trying to keep up with the Joneses. We're still not understanding that God has a bigger plan for us if we just learn how to stay focused, stay in tune. As we navigate these confusing times, let us remember that peace is not something we find outside of ourselves, but rather something that arises from within. Sometimes you got to clean your circle. People that are not for you, and people that are putting you down, or people that are making you feel bad about yourself. You have to get rid of all of that. You have to say, you know what? It's about my peace, because people are coming in your life and try to dictate what you should do or why you should do it. You might have a dream or something and you might run it past them, and the first thing they say, oh, that's corny. Don't do that. What? Wait, hold. They didn't even offer any insight on how to make it better. The first thing they say is that's corny. You see, because somebody is about you, they'll look at your situation and say, you know what? I never thought of nothing like that, but have you thought of this? Bring something extra to the table. That's because they care about you. But if somebody just saying that's corny, that they don't care about you, because they didn't bring any solutions to help you even further your plan. We think love is in that minute thing that, oh, they care. They just told me don't do it. Wait, what? Did they offer a solution? Did they help you develop the idea, or did they just totally left you by the wayside? You see, I have an understanding now about life that when I was younger, I didn't have an understanding, because I was always on the go. Energy attracts energy. And I'm going to show you. Pay attention, please. Tap the screen, share the live, tell a friend, tell a friend. Energy attracts energy. I'm going to show you. When you got a little bread, right? Maybe you got your income tax, or maybe you got your check for the week. And you say to your homies, yo, let's go out, get some drinks. Drinks on me. Let's go out, have a good time. I got you. As long as you are delivering, man, you got friends galore. They laughing with you, giggling with you, because the energy is attractive. One, they didn't have to pay their way. Two, you're excited to give them something they probably don't get a lot. Yeah, it's cool when you're doing everything. What's up, Momo? Good morning. Good morning. But the minute you go broke and you say, bro, yo, I need a little help. Can you give me $20? No, bro, I ain't got that. Why you asking me? I ain't got no money. I ain't got that. Wait, what? Wait. When I was up, y'all didn't mind taking that ride. Now I need some gas money so we can go where we need to go. And you won't even put $20 in the tank. But it's okay to ride though, but you won't help put money. Energy attracts energy. And what I'm saying to you is, when you don't understand the energy that you're putting out, you don't understand what's going to come back. And I say this to say that you can be compassionate, but don't be gullible. Huh? I'm going to say this one more time. Tap the screen, share it loud. You can be compassionate, but don't be gullible. See if they're willing to give back, reciprocate the love that you are giving. Because when they're not ready to do that, and they're not doing that, there's going to be a disconnect in your relationship. And although you may not value the fact that they can't give to you, it's the thought that counts. I'm going to say it one more time. Tap the screen, share it loud. It's the thought that counts more so than anything. For instance, if it's gift giving time and you're always giving and they didn't even get you a pair of socks, it's the thought that counts. Maybe they can't afford a new car because you gave them a new car, right? They can't afford that. But if they gave you a new sweater, it was the thought that counts. And so sometimes, until we get around people that have that train of thought that, you know what, I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, and I'm just going to leave it in God's hand that they appreciate it, then you can move. Then you can move forward with that person. Then you can move forward with that person. Because, see, reciprocation might not come in the same gesture, but as long as it's coming, that's your karma right there. In times of turbulence and adversity, you have to understand that you have to clean your circle in order to find your peace. And if you find people that are about you and bring you peace and want to see you grow, that's when you start to elevate. Because life is about evolution. You can't stay stagnant for the rest of your life. You got to be able to move about and do the things that's necessary so that you can find joy and enjoy the moments that you're in. You can't stay stagnant. So in order for you to do that, you got to find people that you can network with that realize that, hey, we all in this struggle together. And I say also to you today, as we enjoy this message, I say this to you. No matter what your goal is in life, only you can achieve it. There is nobody that's going to give you a helping hand. I'm going to say this one more time. Your goal in life, only you can achieve it. There is nobody in this world that's going to give you a helping hand. You have to realize that now. If you don't realize that now, you'll never realize that. No one is going to have more dedication and perseverance in the goals that you have than you. You require a certain energy. You require a certain love. You require and value a certain thing in your life that makes you stay alive and keeps you going. So don't expect nobody else to come in and bring you happiness. You have to be happy for yourself. Don't expect nobody to come in and bring you joy. You got to find joy for yourself. Don't expect nobody to come in and give you peace. You got to have a certain peace within yourself that it exuberates other people and want that peace too. You are the destiny you've been acquiring or trying to acquire for so long. You are the desired need in your life. But if you're looking for somebody else to do it, if you're looking for that girl to come into your life and bring you love, it's not going to happen. If you're looking for that guy to come into your life and bring you that peace that you so desire, it's not going to happen. Until you have it for yourself and then attract that energy, that's when you'll start to see your life move a little better. But you got to clean out your closet first. Finding peace in turbulent times, you have to understand that you got to clean out that closet. Embrace your struggles, cultivating mindfulness, surrendering to a higher power, practicing compassion, and focusing on gratitude. We find peace in the midst of our turmoil. Let us walk this journey together, supporting and guiding each other as we seek to find peace in confusing times. And I'm going to leave you with this morning. There is an energy that is going on right now across the film industry, at least I know for a fact. No one wants to talk about it, but it's a reality. The movies that you're watching on TV right now eventually will be all tuned into AI. Most of it, at least. Where jobs like a director or a camera guy or a grip guy or just having a camera period will be irrelevant. This is where we start to get into soulless content with no soul. I know the new thing is to have AI help you generate everything and make your life a little bit more easier. But we must be careful in these trying times, because then we'll start to believe what we see so much more that when you see someone that looks like they're in trouble and it looks like it's their image, it might not even be them at all. This is where the fakery and the trickery comes in. This is what I call the times of turbulence, where so much content goes out, you start to believe anything. Just imagine them being able to clone your image and you're walking across the street and they're saying that you just robbed someone. And here it is, you home in your house watching TV. But you can't prove it because you're home alone. This is why I say we have to be careful of what we accept in our societies, because at this point in time, we're being manipulated by the things that we love so much, which is our convenience. See, it was convenient to go to the store to use a credit card or use scan something. It's convenience, right? No pulling out $1, maybe having some change. We got out of that method now where everybody's tapping. Now we got people who have scanners that when you tap, they can scan your information. And next thing you know, you turn around, all your money gone. Because of convenience. And as long as we keep living in convenience and not being more aware of our environment, having compassion for one another, we're being divided. We're being divided as a people. And as long as we're being divided as a people, how can you find peace? If you go back and look at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, it was times of turbulence. Everybody was doing anything and everything they wanted to do. You got to understand, in a world like that, in a world of chaos, you're talking about Mad Max type of reality and living. Where's the love? Where's the mindfulness? Where's the gratefulness? You can't find it. And that's why misery is the first thing that comes to your mind. So I'll give you something to practice each and every day. If you can take 15 minutes of your life every morning before you even digest anything and find some type of positive affirmations to speak or some type of inspirational messages you can hear, 15 minutes every morning of your life, I'm telling you, you will change your reality. I promise you. I don't care what dark reality you living in. If you find 15 minutes every morning to do that, you will change your reality. The reason being is what you input is what you're going to output. What you input is what you're going to output. If you keep listening to negative music, every time you talk to someone, you're going to talk negative. If you keep on listening, watching negative TV, every time you create something, it's going to be negative. Every time you have an idea about something, if you even get that idea, because in these times, a lot of people are sleepy. It's hard for you to be creative. People have been talking about they're going to write this book. They're going to write this book. You got a computer in your hands right now, a phone. You can write all the books you want right in your hand, and people always give you excuse of why they can't achieve nothing. Greatness comes from those who are willing to take the leap of faith. Greatness comes from those who are willing to show and prove themselves that they can do it for themselves, not for everybody else, but for themselves. And if you're looking for the next best thing, you got it right in your hand. You got a self-made computer right in your hand. Nothing should stop you from being great. The only thing that's stopping you from being great is you. Stand up for what you believe in, show and prove. And today's message is finding that peace. And I promise you, you will find it once you find you. I appreciate you guys this morning. I mean, it's been a crazy week. I've seen so many things up and down since the new year has started. But I promise you, it's going to get even better. It's going to get better. I want you to believe that. I need you to believe that. I need you to know that it's going to get better. This too shall pass. I know we got the president about to come into office and he's about to do some things, and whatever he's going to do regardless. This too shall pass. But the reality is, this is your life. This is your life. And I need you to do what's best for you. Tap the screen, share the live, tell a friend, YouTube, I salute you. I appreciate you. And we will be on next Sunday with our next new message. And I promise you, it's going to be even more exciting. I promise you. Love you guys. Have a blessed day on YouTube. Appreciate you.